It's probably up there in one of the top 5 things I've ever cooked on this channel. Today we're looking at another batch of viral TikTok recipes. You guys have suggested that I try including this one on the screen right there, right now. That, I think I actually might have found the wrong link, to be completely honest with you, because that's just an ASMR video. But that person is eating frozen gummy bears, and I actually want to try and make that noise myself. However, it does need a little bit of prep. So then folks, this might get interesting. We discovered fairly recently that Haribo invented gummy bears. Well, that's what I read, and I said that, and I don't know if anyone's argued with that, but we're going to go with it. It sounds like a good story. Be sure to tell everyone you know. When I went to the supermarket last night, I could only find jelly babies. But these are like really cute ones, because they're like holding hands. These are like called like double trouble ones, but they do break apart quite easy. And they're nice. I think jelly babies are more British though. But if I just find my inspiration, they should, ignore that for a minute, they should look like that, like proper gummy. So I went to another supermarket and luckily they did have the gold bears in stock, which are literally the same thing on that image. So what you're supposed to do is take some of the gummy bears, and there's a reason the package is already open, by the way. Well, there's also 2, because I actually thought I bought 2 packets, but hey-ho. Take a can of fizzy drink, so this is Sprite. Pour it over the gummy bears, which is a strange thing within itself. Just to show you with the other ones, I mean, they're way bigger in comparison. But look, they do look way more gummy, don't they? These are sort of like more like dull. But anyhow, I bought them, so I might as well use them. Sprite on top, okay? So what that girl was eating and what that image I just showed you teased was that these got bigger. And that's because overnight, if you put this covered in the fridge, check this out. So that's the gummy bears before. That, oh my gosh, is them after. Look at the difference. That is absolutely absurd. So they're on kitchen towel anyway because they need to be dried out. But, ooh, oh my word. That is some very sweet Sprite. I've got a headache, it's so sweet. Ooh. But anyhow, now that those jelly babies have been in there as well, these are the ones that were holding hands, so it's been in there, like I say, a couple of minutes now. The other ones here, look how big these have gone. They have actually, I mean, I was looking and look, that's where the hand was. These are going in the freezer for a few hours whilst we work on the rest of the recipes, and by the end, you forget that they're absorbed with Sprite actually. We should be able to crunch on these. Oh, I just dropped one on the floor. One for Boston. They'll hopefully have worked and give you a surprising zing. But what I think I will do, I'm going to take one of each now and not freeze these, and at the end, see what they taste like without freezing them, because that's got Sprite in it. Now replace that out of the freezer with some ice despite it snowing in the UK yesterday, because this one is almost just as quirky. This person here has got a glass of ice in it. They are adding balsamic vinegar to it and sparkling water. Apparently adding those things together is a healthy twist on CocaCola. I do not know where this is going to go. I'm really interested to try it because I love balsamic vinegar. Ice is in, and I think that's just got blue ink on my hands from that bag. Hey ho, always make your own ice, folks. Balsamic vinegar going in. Sparkling water. Oh my goodness. But is it purely visual? It's sat at the bottom, so we need to stir it. Well, it doesn't smell like Coca-Cola. Let's have a go. Oh. Oh, no. That tastes like how I would imagine a car battery acid to taste like. It needs a bit more of that in there. I mean, maybe you've got to find the right balance. Like I say, visually, that's a great way to prank your friends. No. Oh, that is horrendous. That is absolutely awful. Yes, it's healthier. It tastes like watery vinegar. It tastes of vinegar. It doesn't taste literally drinking balsamic vinegar drink. Maybe I'll just get the gravy out. We'll have sparkling gravy. Right, I'm calling that one a fail, I think. So we've got 2 more to go, and this one, I think I might have put the wrong thing in the search because I've literally just found the person, again, just literally eating it. I couldn't see how to make it, but luckily there was a website where it told me. And this is where I need help with this, and I don't get it. There's probably a very simple answer. It might just be an internationalism thing. This is called an onion boil. However, you don't boil the onions. We're baking them. And it sounds amazing, but I couldn't really understand it. It looks like I'm just going to be flavouring an onion, baking it, and eating it, which actually, when I say it out loud, sounds pretty good. So you would normally get a melon baller, apparently. And when I say that phrase out loud, melon baller, just reminds me of like I've just got this vision of an onion playing basketball. But what we do... Ooh, I don't know how easy this is going to be. This is my shovel spoon. Do you know what? I think I'm going to help it. We want to try and get at least halfway down the onion. That'll just help us a little bit get into that gap. Oh, there we go. But then now I've got that, I could probably just get this spoon in. You want to keep the outsides intact, apparently. Okay. Well, I got this gadget, which is for removing the eyes from pineapples and also good for other things like Holland strawberries. Just want to see. In fact, there is a strawberry huller based on that design. This was like £1 from China. I wonder if that'll... What? That has worked. This is one of the most underrated kitchen gadgets in the world. Right, this needs filling. We've got some Cajun seasoning, which when you look on the back of the ingredients on there, has got an absolute mountain of spices merged together. One of which is actually garlic, but we are going to give garlic powder too, apparently. Parsley. Salt and pepper. And that smells really, really nice. And I kind of wish that I made this before those potato chips because I'd probably be putting that on there too. We take some of our seasoning and pour it into and around the onion. I feel like I want to put it on because it's not actually staying on there, but maybe this will help. That is a pot of melted butter. We spoon some into the cavity, and I think I'm going to intentionally just dribble some around the sides as well. Smells insane. And then hopefully, oh yeah, that's sticking a bit better now. Oh yes. And the lady that I watched eat this, she was saying, hey, it doesn't matter if it's not fully cooked. Yeah, apparently there's this kind of nice sweet spot where it's still like a little bit of bite to it. So I think that was a translation of just cook it how long you want. And yes, you could do this in an air fryer. I wasn't sure how big this foil package was going to be, but it would work. It feels such a waste of energy now when I warm an oven up. I don't know what's wrong. So I'm going to leave it for about an hour, which is good because for our last one, we're going to go outside and use the pizza oven to make a pizza sandwich. This is one that I think could fail, but even if it does, remember, we've still got those bears in the freezer. So whilst our onion boils in the oven, still don't get that, sorry. This one is right up my street. This is a pizza sandwich. Effectively, you just bake the crust, a little bit of oil on there, and then rip it apart once done and fill it with whatever fillings you want. Oh my word. So I've gone two ways with this. One, I've got my pizza oven outside warming up really, really hot to hopefully drive that charness. But part of me is kind of like, yeah, we could have done our own homemade dough, but it's a sandwich. So this is a real test for store-bought pizza dough to see if we can make it puff up, char, shred it apart, and fill it with some random bits. All right, that's warming up a charm. I really should have put the onions in there. That would have been cool, but I've yet to master this. And if you're interested, folks, this is the studio. I've actually changed around the layout of it, so that's why I'm not in here yet. From January 2025, I will be in here. But just a top tip, if you ever want to move the gas and after you've laid your floor in, especially if you're the one doing the flooring, that is a complete nightmare to fix. I did it myself, and that was a fun weekend. And once I'm in here, I think I'm going to be literally eating pizzas every day. Let's get the onion. Let's have that. I'm starving, to be fair. Honestly, it smells so good. Oh no. That needs longer. I do think it'll be worth the wait. I'm really, really hungry. Right, pizza dough. The only thing it does show is olive oil going on, and then there's a fold, but it's not fully encased. It's kind of like there, so you can rip it. And I guess the oil will help it stop sticking together. But then it kind of goes against what people told me the other day on a video where not to really put olive oil in your dough because of the high heat. Well, there's only one way to find out. Because I think that's the whole point of why I still make these videos. Even though we're laughing, folks, I'm learning. I've picked up some really useful tips over the years. Let's see what that does. That is looking awesome. Oh, I think we've nailed it. Oh, now please excuse me, I've still got my coat on, but if we just pull it like that, ooh, it's still raw in the middle. I sound like Gordon Ramsay then. No, that oven was 360C. We'll just cook the inside very, very quickly. And now I've turned it back into a pizza. Ah, it's hot. Right, I'm going to try another one, but this time the dough will be even thinner. I'm really stretching nice and thin. And it might just be the dough. It might just not have that fluffiness. But I've gone a touch thinner just to see if that'll help. Either way, I think it's still going to be brilliant. Look at that. Oh my word, that's really bubbling up. Ooh, that looks amazing, huh? Right. Has that got it? Has it got that fluffy middle? Oh no, it isn't, but that is more cooked. You've got the oil there that's all glossy. I will take this one. The other one, the dough was more raw. That is definitely cooked, that one. But this guy slammed down a load of rocket salad and then just tore on bits of mozzarella. Now, if I put that inside and melted it, that would have stretched it. And then I've also got, from a jar here, some sun-dried tomatoes. That is massive. Massive sandwich. But it's this bit here. Like, people are like, oh, it's burnt. I'm like, yeah, but it's good burnt. Oh, that's good. Damn. I don't think I got any filling then at all. Why is it such a simple thing of bread that's charred? It's just developed so much flavour. I might have to quarter it and go like this. Oh my gosh. These fillings work really well together, to be fair. I didn't have breakfast. It's gone past lunchtime, but that was worth the wait. Oh, and I've made 2 of those. That's dangerous. But is it a bit worrying that I'm actually equally as looking forward to this? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that is soft. Look. Oh, look how soft that is. And the seasoning, if I just push that quite hard, it's like, loads of butters come out of it. But it's kind of made a little gel in the middle of the onion. Excited much. We've got our Cajun seasoning and friends doing the work for us. Right, let's try it. That's strange. I like it. It's made the onion taste like celery. It's made it taste less. Like it almost becomes like a vessel for carrying the spices. It's fine. Yeah, that is good. I don't hate it. I cooked it for 20 minutes more than it should have, so it's softened even more. I'm glad it's got that texture. If anything, what I'd like to do is I've taken the foil off and like pushed it for another 10 minutes to really char it up. I'm only probably thinking that because of the charring we've just witnessed with the bread. I might try it once it cools down, but speaking of cooling down, I've not even looked at the freezer. Let's see how our bears and babies are getting on. Look! Oh, they look like, I love it! All like pastel colours. I mean, that's the freezer doing its job. Oh, that is fantastic. Look at that! That is absolutely bonkers. They look like little Lego men. Let's taste them. Oh, it's all right. I'm getting the sound. So they're fun. They're all right. And you can taste a little bit of the Sprite, to be fair. But remember, I was going to test what they're like before freezing, where we've soaked them. So that was these 2 earlier that have plumped up. So this is the Gummy Bear plumped up before freezing. So that's quite nice. I tell you what, them jelly babies are a lot sweeter. Actually make it worthwhile. You get a slight more Sprite zing like that, but I think that is my conclusion. If you're going to do it, jelly baby. So not the worst start. On another TikTok tasting video, we discovered something called a snickle, which is a snicker combined with a pickle. That was pretty interesting. So it's not going to take many guesses when I tell you that our next one is something called a chickle. And it doesn't involve chicken. Damn. Now I've got to say, there's something about the pickle that these are in. It's acidic, but there's like a sweetness. It's blooming gorgeous. So the cha in chickle comes from cheese. So I've got some mild cheddar here. As you know, I don't really like cheese when it's cold, but when it's melted, which we're going to do, especially one of these wrapped around it, might actually be quite good. The chickle. And we're going to melt it to the point where, you know, when it starts to sort of bubble, we'll stick this in, and then we just fold this over. Oh, I need to do this again. Oh yeah, I think I melted that too much. It still worked though. It looks like some sort of confused omelette. Good job I've got more, but we'll go again. This time I'm going to place it in this way up. Let me try doing it whilst it's... Okay, that's a bit better. It just wants to keep running off of it. Oh, that is way better. Okay. But just while it's still slightly gooey with the cheese, I'm going to put a little bit of mixed herbs on that, just as a comparison. This time, I'm going to try melting it even more than it was before. And actually give it like about 30 seconds to cool down and try and gain a little bit of strength for that flip. I just need it to hold itself together a little bit. A little bit like me right now. So let's just turn the heat off. Let's see if I can show you that. So I can lap that onto it. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I think we've done it. A lot of hard work. But that is a chickle. Oh my gosh. Yep, that is definitely my best one. Now this other one here, I've just patted it dry. I mean, it might not make a difference. It's no big deal. So in fact, I might just sit it. See how it's just bitten that lip of cheese there? Oh, it does smell like cheese on toast here. So if I just use that first bit, oh look, there we go. It seems to be gripping more now that we've dried the pickle a bit more from its coating. Yeah, that's actually worked really, really well. I'm not making any more right now. But I'm going to try this last one I made just because it's still slightly warm, and why not? Wow. It's like eating a bouncy castle. You've got to really bite through that pickle, but then you hit the crispy cheese and part melted too, so we've kind of got that combination. I don't hate it. If anything, and it could be these actual pickles, the most dominant flavour in there is salt from the cheese. Let me try a herby one. Okay. I don't know if it helps that it was slightly cooler, but just having that extra layer of flavouring with the herbs on there, that's actually really, really good. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm really sorry. I've got some fruit ready for the next one. This will make sense in a minute. Yeah, I've dried out my pickle, but this time I'm going to push it even further. I'm not talking to it like a microphone. I don't mind if I burn it. All right, I'm putting herbs in this one. But that is way better now. Look at that. You have got to really push the cheese. Amazing. Yeah, check that out. That looks really, really cool now. That's good. I'm so glad we persevered with that because that was really, really worth it. So next up is something called Tang Gulu, which is basically a Chinese candied fruit. So you can basically use any fruit you wish. I've got some green grapes, and for contrast, they suggest some strawberries work quite well together. In the supermarket last night, they had no strawberries fresh. So I thought, oh, I'll get some frozen strawberries. These have actually been brought down from the fridge overnight, and I've actually left these out since we started the video, and they've been thawing out, hoping that they would sort of firm up or something, but they do have the texture like it should be in some sort of gelatin dessert of some kind. I mean, absolutely glorious. But these would not work. In fact, it insists, actually a little bit like the pickles, it needs to be dried out for this recipe to really candy. So, got some fresh ones this morning. So yeah, we just hold those nice and firm and dried them too. This is going on the sticks. There's obviously, you could do a method where you like dunk it in by holding the sticks. I like the idea of rolling them in our syrup. So I'll put those back for the minute. We have got some water here. So just enough so that when the fruit touches it, which has just been dried again with kitchen towel, by the way, just to make sure it clings. It's going to give it that real nice sugary coating. So now we're going to put an abnormally large amount of sugar in here. Don't worry. All the calories will dissolve. So don't just warm it through. We need to get the candy thermometer out for our candied fruit. Hey! We want to get up to 150 C, about 300 Fahrenheit, which, I love these terms. This is the hard crack stage where it'll literally cling to, well, pretty much whatever you want. They used it as torture, didn't they, in the medieval times, throwing it over castle walls. Yeah. All right, this is where it's going to get a little bit dangerous. I've got my cold water here. And in my opinion, wow, look at that deep amber colour. You could actually take it a little lower than this. Oh, look at that. We're rolling it in there. Oh my word. Oh my word, look, it set it so quickly. I do not want to hang that over the pan, but look, it's literally set. Oh, I ripped off the grape. But we are literally topping up this fruit really quickly. Get it in, nice quick coat, get it out, and then drop it. That is scarily dangerous, but a lot of fun. And as hot as it gets, it cools down just as fast. In case you haven't got it, these are effectively, especially for the UK folks, toffee apples. Amongst all that craziness, I think a tiny little shard of rock hard sugar fell on the floor. I've just got socks on, put my foot down, and it was as if I just stood on a needle. Ow! It's probably just sugar implanted in my feet now. Damn, that's good. Wow. And that's the benefit of taking it to that temperature. Not only do you get that lovely amber colour, that sort of glossiness on there too, but the crunch, because it's just a very quick coating. And I really do think the water helped there. It's like a very crisp layer. Absolutely phenomenal. And I was I'm gonna like double dip them back in to see how we can build up that layer. Quite a dangerous thing to do, so maybe next time I'd make more sugar syrup in a larger saucepan so I could like dunk it in, but even then you've got the temperature coming off. But either way, I think I mean, the tongs are so stuck there like that. Crazy. Definitely use some like that, but yeah, I really like that. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but it's good. Okay, fourth one, we're gonna finish with the chicken one that I'm really excited for. This one is actually by a guy called the Cucumber Guy. Apparently he's a guy who just does a lot of cucumber videos, and one of his salads in a jar, of which there's many variations, has been very, very popular indeed. However, for you guys, I'm gonna do something I've never done before on camera, because it says to add MSG, which I have never, ever used in a video before. So we'll make it, shake it up, taste it, and then try it with the MSG added afterwards and compare. Let's go. Won't be surprised to know that cucumber salad actually contains cucumber, so we'll sort that out in a minute. Just a minute ago, I got a garlic clove and got that into nice small pieces, and 2 spring onions, nice and thinly sliced. So they are there like so. We've got some sugar, we've got some fish sauce, which I think is actually made from anchovies, sesame seeds, sesame oil, soy sauce, and here is the MSG, which looks a lot like sugar. I've never tried this in my life. Tastes like prawn crackers. But a teaspoon of that, and I can taste that already. Umami flavour could make a massive difference. We're gonna find out. Okay, so I've got a whole cucumber here and an anti-cut glove. You can also use an uncle cut glove. Dad joke. There is something oddly nice looking about that. I don't know what it is, but it's very, very pleasing on the eye. And it might not surprise you, but I detest cucumber. Hey ho. Spring onion, garlic, sesame seeds, sugar, fish sauce, sesame oil, and the soy sauce. Look at that! That was amazing! Remember, we still got to add this in. But it's not randomized, so we will randomize. Oh, wow! Look at that! Look at all the garlic and the sesame sticking to the glass. Oh, yes! So apparently what you can do, the cucumber was out the fridge, so it is nice and cold. We can either have it immediately like this, which time the cucumbers will be sort of nice and cold and crisp. However, if we leave it in the fridge for a few hours, or the longer you leave it, maybe overnight to marinate, it's going to actually soften up and pickle and infuse all the ingredients together even more to really develop those flavours. I think I've had enough pickling for one day, so I think we'll try it like this and then compare it with the MSG. But any recipe that you can shake up in a glass like that in actually a matter of minutes, that is pretty fun. So I don't know if part of me is like, yeah, I really want this to like be horrendous, then the MSG blows my mind, but we'll see. It certainly smells amazing. Ooh, oh, that is gorgeous. Really light, really refreshing. You've got all the sesame and the soy and the fish sauce working together. I think the spring onion just squished together onto the cucumber. So, I like that. I actually really like that. Just want to make sure that, yeah, that is MSG, not the sugar. We get this in. What happens when we do this? Oh, it smells different now. That's so weird. The sweetness has lowered. I think it's heightened slightly the soy flavouring, maybe a little bit of the saltiness. And actually almost elevated like the fish sauce taste, or more, I'm just getting a taste of prawn or shrimp. I don't know what they call prawn crackers overseas. I don't hate it now. And it wasn't sweet before, I could just taste sweet notes. What a thing to say. But it's kind of, those sweet little notes have completely gone, and it's gone way more savoury, enhancing the soy, the fish, and the sesame, which, again, I don't hate, but I think I actually preferred it without it. Marry me chicken, as I have added the chicken breast to this pan, which took an awful amount of time to clean, despite warming it up and pouring that away safely. Salt and pepper all over. And we're going to brown both sides, and it's worth noting that this pan is actually oven safe too, because it all happens in the oven. So yeah, marry me chicken, so called because if you cook this for the one you love, they will basically immediately propose to you. I'm here currently just with Boston, and we're basically married anyway. A herby, creamy chicken dish with parmesan and sun-dried tomatoes. Nice, so we're just lightly browning them apparently. So I moved out of the way. Hot pan with some residue chicken in there, fine. We now quickly add for a moment, these are some chili flakes, garlic, thyme, okay? So we'll just stir this in. I'm going to put it back on the heat, but this should sort of infuse the flavour, cook the garlic through. That smells amazing. That is so aromatic. I don't use that word enough. So I've got some chicken stock here, double cream. Oh, look at that. Wow. That looks like it should make it do really bad things. Sun-dried tomatoes, which I bought in a jar, drained them off from the oil. Parmesan. These are all good things, aren't they? I think I have generally saved the best till last. A little bit of salt and the pepper. We'll just stir this round. Oh my word, look at all those colours mingling. We're just basically bringing it up to a simmer. And just while it does, starting to preheat my oven, and just want to say thank you for watching. If you've made it through the video this far, then you must enjoy what I do. Cheers, it means a lot, even though I'm just talking to a piece of glass in my kitchen. Generally, I do feel like I'm talking to you, wherever you are in the world. So thank you so much. And so far, tried the cucumber salad, but this could definitely supersede it. Oh, wow, now that is simmering fantastically. Look at that, awesome. Let's sit that brown chicken in, back where it came from. So the oven's ready, it's time to bake it. Straight from the oven. Well, that smells blooming amazing. Oh my word. This is some fresh basil leaves that I've just torn. Look at that. That is insane. And you guys know that I don't really bother that much about presentation. Look at it. The smell is phenomenal. You know, sometimes you just know something's going to taste good when you can just smell it. As you're making it with every step, it was just all getting good, right? Damn. Oh, that is world class. That is amazing. Marry me, chicken. I want to marry the chicken. That is absolutely, that's phenomenal. Wow. And as a base, there's so much you could do with that. Different meats, different sizes of chicken. Just works really, really well. You could shred the chicken and turn it into some sort of crazy soup thing. That's absolutely brilliant. It's probably up there in one of the top 5 things I've ever cooked on this channel. You have to try this. God. By the pores of Boston, absolutely phenomenal.